Good afternoon. The April 19th meeting, the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust will be in order, and the first item on the agenda is the minutes of the April 5th meeting.
Move we approve them.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. Are there comments or questions on the minutes? Hearing none, voting please. The minutes are approved. Next item is the consent docket.
Move subject to individual consideration.
Second.
Are there matters to be considered individually? Hearing none, voting please. Consent docket's approved. Next item is the concurrence docket, and there are two matters on the concurrence docket.
Move the items subject to individual consideration.
Second.
Motion and a second on the concurrence docket. Are there matters to be discussed separately?
Mr. Chairman, I draw your attention to the second concurrence item being an advertisement for proposals for further power system improvements at the Draper plant that will help us weather storms.
Okay. Any questions about that? Hearing none, voting please. Concurrence docket's approved. Next time, we do need executive session. Have a motion.
Move we enter into executive session.
Motion and a second to enter executive session. We will do so at the heel of the docket. I guess we have to vote on that. Voting. Did vote. Items from trustees.
Mr. Chairman, although it's in the status report of the utilities, it's very noteworthy that as of this morning, depending upon which elevation we use, that Sardis is full. Or not Sardis, Canton is full for the first time in many years. So,
We have any plans to fill Hefner with Sardis water?
no, sir. Hefner is already full.
Amazing. Anybody else? Any other trustees?
You got any thank you letters or notes?
It's early. I haven't got the afternoon mail yet.
The progress on something that's been a kind of a pet project of mine, and that is to open the vista on the south end of Draper Lake, so when you're driving down 240, you can see the lake itself is underway, and it's, except for the days when it rains, it's a daily expansion of it almost every day. It really looks nice, and I hope, and as the lake fills up, you're going to be able to see more and more water because that's so low right now. It doesn't look nearly like it will look in a month or two or three when we fill it up. So I appreciate it. And the road looks like the work is moving to complete the road around the lake itself, which I think is going to be a big help in bringing attention to the recreational opportunities that are out there, the bicyclists. It's just it's a nice thing to watch the spring. So,
How far below fullness is Draper?
So Draper today is exactly at 1170. It is today about 10 feet below where we would normally keep it. We can fill it another 3 or 4 feet past that. So,
Do you anticipate that being full, say, by the end of the summer?
it will be sometime in 2017 before it's full. But we're making good progress. We're up about, so there's not much, there's less volume in the when the lake's shallow, when you're filling a foot of water. We're up almost 2 feet since we started pumping about 25, 26 days ago. So it's going the right direction.
But in the summer months, we essentially treat all the water that comes up the pipeline and then lose some to evaporation. So it's a net loss during the summer months, even when the pipeline's in full operation.
yeah,
That's
if
good.
we have a dry summer, it'll be just about a wash. Isn't that right? We're pumping it.
Yes.
So, and as the perimeter of the lake expands, it takes more, raise it a foot than it did, one day it did the next. So it's moving along. It looks really nice. To the extent that makes a difference other than the way it makes me feel when I drive around it, I thank you for it. But it looks really nice. General Manager's reports.
Alan McDonald is with us this afternoon to tell us about the winter period average for residential customers. Alan's the Superintendent of Customer Service.
Good afternoon. In 2012, the City Council amended the ordinance pertaining to winter period average to include months of December, January, and February into the calculations. And at the discretion of the director, March can be included as well if something unforeseen were to happen and we were unable to obtain the necessary readings to perform the calculations. The good news is the winter period average is in a steady decline through the last 3 to 4 years. So we're using less water in the months that we're looking at. A recent evaluation shows the change in the number of months used for calculating the winter period average remains successful. The winter period average has been 5,000 gallons for the last 3 years and is forecast to remain at 5,000 gallons for the upcoming year. The new winter period average goes into effect April 1st of each year. This is a slide, is a summary of what we looked at last year as opposed to what we've got in 2016 with respect to what was reduced, increased, and the same as far as the winter period average. A couple of things to point out is we have more accounts with a decreased winter period average than an increased. And something else that jumps out at me is the increased winter period average in 2016 is almost 5,000 households less than it was in 2015. So again, we're continually using less water for these calculations. For new accounts, the winter period average is set at 7,000 gallons until the annual recalculation process can be completed. For customers with established winter period averages, those carry with them to their new residences. And please keep in mind that only single-family homes are included in this report. And one thing that we need to keep in mind as well, we continue on our downward trend on winter period average. Wastewater revenues in the next year are likely to be affected. We need to look at a more detailed analysis in the next year to determine what those effects may be. But if we continue the trend we're going, we will see an effect. And I will be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Any questions?
And this is very much something, this is data that we wanted. As we were implementing inclining block rates and other things, we wanted to look very closely at this information to see whether the conservation program would impact average day or minimum day wastewater treatment, wastewater flows. It is having an impact that will show up in your next cost of service update.
Well, it's interesting to note that volumes are decreasing, right? That we're seeing some traction
It is.
with conservation efforts, but with it comes kind of other impacts. But nevertheless, I think that's a very positive trend.
It's certainly an indicator of the success of the conservation program.
But just awareness, increasing awareness among folks, and they'll typically do the right sorts of things. We just have to remind them, right, and let them know.
Any other comment? Thank you. Anything else?
So there are a couple of other reports in your packet. Items 7B and C are a status report on the utilities. Very quickly, all the lakes are full except Lake Draper, which we're pumping to at about 85 million gallons a day as of the last couple of weeks. That is just great progress to see. The income stream, despite lower than normal winter period, lower winter period averages for wastewater, water income is down $1.6 million off forecast. That's about 1.1%. However, spending is down about 9%, or $6.6 million. It's fine. Similarly, wastewater income is actually right on target at this point. I think anticipating some of the trends that we're seeing now. Although the winter period average is just now hitting effect. So wastewater income is only down about 1.6%, pardon me, wastewater spending is down about 1.6% or $800,000. So cash looks pretty good. Separately, we're having a good year of new water connections. We're at 3,300 at the end of March, meaning we'll probably be at 4,400 just extrapolating at the end of the fiscal year, and that's a good year for us. That's more than 2%. Happy to answer other questions.
Marcia, that new connections is a combination of residential and commercial, or is it?
Alan? Oh, yes, sorry, in meters, that's both.
Yeah.
It's a combination.
Any other questions or comments? Are there citizens to be heard? Anyone signed up? Well, we recess the council to go to executive session. Thank you.